रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम.
Children, how are all of you? So I've come with the 4th episode of Ramayan for you, and in the last episode what we remember is that Ram and Sita had left for was staying back at the forest, and Bharat went back to Ayodhya. So now when Ram, Sita and Lakshman were in the forest, they started roaming around a little bit around Chitrakoot, and they felt that now that everybody had come to meet them in Chitrakoot, it was not a very safe place for them to stay, because everybody had come to know that they're there, and they felt that they would keep coming back and they would keep telling them to come back to Ayodhya. So they thought that let's move from here and let's go and stay somewhere else. So they started walking and they went to a place called Panchavati. Now in Panchavati there were lots of sages and there were also demons over there. So they started staying in Panchavati and looking after the sages there, the hermits. They used to be praying, and if any demons came, they would just get rid of them. Ram and Lakshman would kill them. So the hermits were also very happy, and they stayed there for many years, and they were all very happy. The Panchavati hermits were happy, the animals, birds, everybody was happy to have Ram staying there, and they lived peacefully for a short while. But then Ram was deployed on the earth to kill the demons. He was deployed to kill the negativity in this world. So after killing a lot of demons, what happened one day was that Shruti, she was a female devil or a demon. She saw Ram and she said, "Wow, what a handsome man. Let me go and meet him. Let me see if he will. I would love to marry a man who is so handsome." So she went to Ram's cottage and she said, "Why don't you marry me?" And before she went, of course, she was a demon, so she was ugly. So she changed herself into a very beautiful woman. And very innocently she went there, so that nobody comes to know that she's a demon. So very sweetly she talked to him and she said, "Can you marry me?" So Ram said, "No, I can't marry you. I'm already married. My wife is staying with me." So then she turned to Lakshman and she said, "Maybe he can." So Lakshman said, "No, how can I do something like that? It's not possible." And he rejected her. So she became very angry because she was a demon. So she had anger in her. So she just became very angry and she showed them her real self, which was demonic. And when Sita saw that, she got very scared. And to make Sita feel all right, what Lakshman did was he took out his sword and he just cut off her nose, Shruti nose and ears, the demon's nose and ears. And she started bleeding and crying, and she left the place crying with blood falling all over, and she went across the forest. Now the demon had 2 brothers. So the brothers, she decided that she will go and tell the brothers. So there was this forest close to Panchavati called Janashtan, where her 2 demon brothers, Khar and Dushan, used to stay. So she ran to them and she told them very innocently that, I had just gone to say hello to these people staying there, and they just cut off my nose and ears. So you must take revenge from them. So they got very angry. How could anybody dare do this to our sister? So they decided to go and attack. So Khar and Dushan, they ran, with their swords and everything, and they took almost 14,000 soldiers, demonic soldiers with them, and they decided to attack Panchavati. And when they were coming, Ram saw them coming, so he told Lakshman that you hide Sita in a cave and I will manage this army myself of demons. And then Ram, of course, was the Lord incarnate. He had a lot of super powers in him. So he took out his bow and arrow and he started aiming at the army, and he killed Dushan and Khar immediately, and he killed the rest of them. And when some of them were left, they tried to make truce with Ram and they said, "Okay, we will not kill you, but you give us the woman you have, that means Sita, we will take her and we will leave you, because you have cut off Shubnakha's nose and ears. But Ram did not listen to that. He said, no, I don't do any such kind of deals with demons, and either you run away or I will kill you. If you run away, I will let you be. So they all ran for their life, and the scene became a little peaceful over there. But then Shubnakha was very upset still, because she wanted them to kill Ram and Lakshman. Instead, she lost her brothers. So then she ran to her eldest brother. Her eldest brother was Ravan, the king of Lanka, and he was very powerful. So she went and complained to him. And when Ravan got to know that Ram had killed so many demons and his brothers, and he had cut off his sister's nose, he was very, very angry. And he did not take any time to act. He said, I am just going to go and take my revenge from this person immediately. So what he did was, he made a plan on the way, and he came to Panchvati. And before that, he went to Marich. You remember Marich, the demon which Ram had hit an arrow, and he had gone tossed over the oceans, and he had killed his brother Subahu, Tadka's son. So Marich had somehow got saved, and after moving away from that scene, and Ravan went and approached him. He said, I know that you can turn into any animal of your choice, so I need your help because I want to take revenge from Ram. So Marich really tried to dissuade him. He said, no, don't have a fight with Ram. He is not an ordinary man. If you have a fight with him, you are bound to lose. You don't think that you can be victorious against Ram. It's totally, your ego and anger which is making you do this. You should not do that. So, but Ravan was very angry. He said, are you not going to listen to me? So then Marich thought to himself that if I say no, Ravan will kill me. And if I agree, then I will die in the hands of Ram. So he thought, in any case, it's better to die in hands of God, in hands of Ram, than, let Ravan kill him. So he agreed. So he turned into a golden deer. So he became a very beautiful golden deer, and Ravan told him that you go into the forest and you lure Sita. You keep, moving around so that she sees you and she wants you. And then when Ram comes after you, I will go and pick up Sita and take her to Lanka. So that was the master plan. So what they did was that Marich became a golden deer, and he just showed himself to Sita around the, small cottage they were staying in. He would run across and go into the jungle, and Sita spotted him. And as it was planned, she, as soon as Sita tells Ram that please get me the golden deer from the forest, Ram decides to go, but then he tells Lakshman to take care of her, and he says, okay, I'll go and get the deer for Sita, you be here and take care of Sita. So Ram goes into the forest, and when he goes to the golden deer, he realizes that the deer is actually the demon Marich, and he quickly takes out his bow and arrow and he kills him. Now the deer is very, very smart. He knows that Ram is, killing me, and Lakshman is still at the hut. So how will Ravan manage to go and pick up Sita? Because Ravan had told him that he must make sure that Lakshman and Ram both come out of the hut. So he changes his voice into Ram's voice, and he starts calling out for Lakshman and Sita. So he starts screaming for Lakshman, and Sita hears him. And then Sita tells Lakshman that I think your brother is calling you. I can hear him. Why don't you go? So Lakshman first says, no, he told me not to leave. He'll come back. But then Sita becomes very anxious. So Lakshman draws a line in front of the hut, which is called the Lakshman Rekha, which means Lakshman's line. And he tells Sita that please don't step out of this line and you will be safe. And I will just go and get Ram back. So he also leaves. And the minute he leaves, Ravan is waiting for this opportunity. He sees that both the brothers are out. So he quickly turns into a hermit and a sage, and he goes and asks Sita for some food or some alms. Now Sita sees a sage outside, and she's full of respect for the sage, but she says, I cannot give you anything because my brother-in-law has said that you cannot cross this line. So, but he insists that he's hungry and he should be given something. So she brings some food and comes out. And when she comes out, Ravan steps back so that Sita has to take a step forward. So she just takes a step forward from the line, and Ravan immediately picks her up, puts her in his chariot and goes away to Lanka. And when Lakshman and Ram come back to the cottage, they find that Sita is missing. And they're horrified because they know that this is something, not right. Somebody has played a game with them and taken away Sita from the cottage. So they start looking around and they go back into the forest to find out where Sita is. So Ravan is very, enamored by Sita's beauty, and he asks her to marry him. And Sita refuses, but he just takes her to Lanka. And then what happens in Lanka and how Ram and Lakshman, follow Sita to Lanka, I will tell you in the next episodes. So if you have enjoyed the story so far, do subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon, share it, like it, give me some comments so that I know you're enjoying my story of Ramayan. And if there is anything you want me to improve, do let me know. At the same time, if you feel that, there is some discrepancy in the story or